What would you do if you found yourself stranded in a crisis situation? Would you have the skills to survive? As we navigate our way through an increasingly unpredictable world, the value of practical survival skills becomes ever more apparent. Natural disasters, social unrest, economic instability, and even pandemics are becoming part and parcel of our global reality. These aren't just plots for thrilling movies anymore. They're real-life scenarios that could happen to any of us at any time. But amidst this unpredictability, there's a source of strength and assurance: survival skills. By acquiring essential survival techniques such as fire starting, first aid, and water purification, we equip ourselves with a lifeline. These skills not only provide a sense of security, but also instill a newfound confidence to face any challenge. This is about more than just survival. It's about taking control and potentially being a beacon of help to others. Now let's dive into these important survival skills that could save your life in any crisis. Fire is a fundamental survival element. It provides warmth, cooks food, and signals for help. This primal force has been a cornerstone of human survival since the dawn of time. So let's delve into how to harness this fundamental element. First, you'll need a fire starter or matches. Now, these aren't your everyday kitchen matches. Survival matches are designed to light under almost any condition, even in the harshest winds or rain. Fire starters, on the other hand, are tools that create sparks, which can ignite tinder even when it's wet. Next, you'll need to gather dry materials. This is known as tinder and kindling. Tinder is small, easily ignitable material like dry leaves, grass, or bark shavings. Kindling is slightly larger, like small twigs or branches. The goal here is to start small and gradually increase the size of the materials as the fire grows. Now, how to arrange your materials. First, place your tinder in a small pile. Then, arrange your kindling in a teepee-like structure around the tinder. This allows oxygen to circulate, which is crucial for a fire to burn. Once your materials are arranged, it's time to ignite. Using your fire starter or match, light the tinder. As it catches, gently blow on the base of the fire to provide it with more oxygen, helping it grow. Gradually add larger pieces of kindling and eventually logs to sustain your fire. But as we harness the power of fire, it's important to remember its potential for destruction. Never leave a fire unattended. Always have water or dirt on hand to extinguish it. And most importantly, ensure the fire is completely out before leaving the area. Smoldering embers can reignite and cause wildfires. Fire is not just about survival, it's about respect for nature and the understanding of our primal connection to the elements. It's about kindling a spark in the darkness, warming our bodies, and illuminating our spirits. Remember, fire is a powerful tool, but it requires respect and caution. It's an element of survival that is as much about wisdom and responsibility as it is about lighting up the night. In a crisis, medical help may not be immediately available. Knowing basic first aid can make a significant difference. Imagine a situation where someone is bleeding profusely. Whether it's from a wound or an unexpected accident, it's essential to act promptly. Your first goal is to stop the bleeding. Use a clean cloth or bandage if available. Apply direct pressure on the wound and elevate it if possible. Remember, the key is to remain calm and composed. Your actions can help save a life. Moving on, let's talk about burns. They are common injuries and can occur in various situations, from cooking mishaps to larger-scale disasters. If someone suffers a burn, the first step is to cool the area. Run it under cool, not cold, water for about 10 to 20 minutes. Avoid using ice or icy water as it can damage the tissue further. After cooling, gently cover the burn with a clean, non-stick bandage or cloth. Now onto a skill that's perhaps one of the most crucial: CPR, or cardiopulmonary resuscitation. It's a life-saving technique used when someone's heartbeat or breathing has stopped. The basics of CPR involve 2 steps. First, call for help if you can. Then, push hard and fast in the center of the person's chest at a rate of around 100 to 120 compressions per minute. If trained, you can also perform rescue breaths. Remember, any attempt at resuscitation is better than no attempt at all. These are just a few examples of the vital first aid skills that can help in a crisis. Of course, it's crucial to seek professional medical assistance as soon as possible, but your actions in those first few critical moments can truly make a world of difference. First aid is not about having a medical degree. It's about having the knowledge and confidence to act when needed. It's about being prepared to handle emergencies and potentially save a life. With these skills, you can provide immediate care to yourself or others in a crisis. Water is life, but in a survival situation, clean water might not be readily available. The essence of survival often boils down to the basics, and water is as basic as it gets. Our bodies can go weeks without food, but only a few days without water. This makes the process of water purification a crucial skill in the wild. Now, there are several ways to purify water, and we'll go through 3 of the most accessible methods: boiling, chemical treatment, and filtration. Let's start with boiling. It's one of the simplest and most effective ways to kill bacteria and pathogens. All you need is a heat source and a container. Bring your water to a rolling boil for at least 1 minute, and you've got yourself potable water. Next, we have chemical treatment. This method involves using chemicals such as iodine or chlorine tablets to kill microorganisms. Simply drop the tablet into your water and wait for it to dissolve and do its magic. However, be aware that this method can leave a chemical taste in your water, but it's a small price to pay for safety. Lastly, we have filtration. This process physically removes bacteria, parasites, and even some viruses from your water. There are many types of filters available, from pump filters to straw filters, each with their own pros and cons. The key here is to choose one that suits your needs and always have a backup plan. Remember, the importance of clean water goes beyond quenching your thirst. It's also vital for maintaining your health. Contaminated water can lead to a host of illnesses, which is the last thing you need when you're trying to survive. So, there you have it. 3 simple methods to clean your precious water in the wild. Practice these skills, familiarize yourself with the process, and you'll be one step closer to being a self-sufficient survivalist. Remember, ensuring your water is clean can keep you healthy and hydrated in any survival situation. Getting lost can be a life-threatening situation. Knowing how to navigate can help you find your way back to safety. Navigating your way in unfamiliar territory may seem daunting, but fear not, because with a little knowledge and practice, you can master this skill. Let's dive into the basics of navigation. First, let's talk about compass reading. A compass is a compact and invaluable tool that points to the magnetic north. The key is to understand the relationship between magnetic north and true north. You can adjust for this difference, known as declination, by referring to a local map or checking online. Remember, your compass is your trusted guide, so keep it close and refer to it often. Identifying landmarks is another helpful navigation technique. Landmarks could be anything: a distinct tree, a mountain peak, or a river bend. Take note of these unique features as you move along. They can serve as reference points, helping you to maintain your direction and gauge your progress. Now, what if you don't have a compass and there are no recognizable landmarks? This is where the stars come in handy. The night sky is like a giant map, and if you know how to read it, it can guide you home. In the northern hemisphere, you can find Polaris, the North Star, which is almost directly above the North Pole. In the southern hemisphere, use the Southern Cross constellation to find south. These celestial bodies have guided explorers for centuries, and they can guide you too. Remember, navigation is not just about finding your way, but also about avoiding dangers. Pay close attention to your environment. Avoid treacherous terrains and be mindful of weather changes. In conclusion, navigation is a blend of science, observation, and intuition. It's about understanding the world around you and using that knowledge to guide your journey. Practice these skills, and soon you'll be able to navigate like a pro. Being able to find your way is a crucial survival skill. It could lead you back to safety. Mastering these skills can empower you in any crisis situation. We've journeyed together through the foundations of survival, starting with the essential skill of fire starting, which not only provides warmth but can also signal for help. Then we dove into first aid, a critical skill set that could mean the difference between life and death when medical help is out of reach. We've also explored the lifeline of water purification, a skill that ensures safe drinking water, even in the wildest of environments. And let's not forget navigation, empowering you to find your way in unfamiliar terrains. But remember, acquiring these skills is just the beginning. Regular practice and continual learning are key to true mastery. These skills are your tools, your shield, and your beacon of hope in times of crisis. Remember, survival isn't about being the fittest or the strongest. It's about being the most prepared. Equip yourself with these skills and you'll be ready for any situation.